Yo, 10 shots, 6 blunts blowing through the session. Dragging on a split, free and dragging on a cliff. A MC in the booth, an assassin on the roof. I'm just waiting to shoot. Nigga, hurry up and die. Greatest truck of spares, you would think you had drama.
Ladies, y'all know what it is. This is only for the ladies. This is going to be a quick one because I'm super excited. But we're getting Brittany Blake versus Taya Valkyrie at Battle Riot. And I took this two ways because we also seen that Brittany Blake at Kings of Coliseum is fighting Zoe Sky. So we're seeing Brittany Blake back-to-back with MLW, and we liked what she brought in the beginning. So to see her back is pretty cool. But also, to see her against a vet like Taya, that's going to be a really good bar to see how far Brittany Blake has come.
Yeah, and the good thing is, and I'm surprised you didn't mention this, from last night's episode, they said Healthy was picking two ladies for the women's championship, which we found out is going to be Holidead against Taya Valkyrie. They already had the little scuff of last night. We know the match is coming, I think, is it next week or the week after that? Next week. So we know who will be the new MLW featherweight champion moving forward. And then you're going to have all the matches coming up at King's Battle Riot. So this should be interesting how Brittany Blake is coming back, having two nice matches in the next two different, super shows.
Yes.
So at least hopefully moving forward with the inception of the new featherweight title now being there now, from now on, we could get our monthly one-time women's match every episode moving forward. Now they won't have any excuse of why they can't have a women's match now going forward. Now you will have the champions going to be there. You're going to have the challengers going to be there. You can have a female match per episode. The challengers, and then you build to the championship match at the end of the tapings, which will be a whole month because it's 4 shows. You could do the all in one taping there, and you could give the fans the evolution of MLW women's wrestling moving forward. And hopefully there won't be any more hiccups, like no weird injuries or like what happened to Sita Sang, and then, off for a year and then boom, get hit by COVID again. Then everything's off for another year again. Then they start and the injuries bug came in and then they're off for a couple of months. So hopefully this will be the beginning of something that will be on a constant shows. N.W.A is giving you women's wrestling every episode on the episode. Impact Wrestling, if it wasn't for the women's right now carrying half of that roster and carrying half of that show, I don't know how Impact Wrestling will still be going. You already know what they're doing AEW. Some people don't like, this and this and this, but they're still giving you women's matches. Whether it be on the big shows, Rampage or Dynamite, you get to see them on Dark and Elevation.
Absolutely.
People still complain, but why aren't they on the big show? Well, and not everybody can make the big show, but at least you have Dark and Elevation that you can watch literally 5 matches per episode of females, doing their thing. But people want to complain about this and this and this. Stop complaining. Enjoy what we're getting. They're doing the best with what they have with little time that they have. It's not the universe of Uncle Vince, where Uncle Vince could snap his finger and he'll have a show on one channel by tomorrow.
Listen,
they've been in the business for 100 years. So
listen, Vince McMahon, he doesn't sign bullshit deals. Like, Vince is only going to go for the Disneys, the Foxes, like the big stuff. Everybody else is trying to target anyone to try to, get onto their brains. But the thing is, whatever Uncle Vince feels like doing, it's like sports, and we always make the reference because we're sports guys. This is a copycat league. If one thing is working, everybody tries to do the same thing. Like, if you don't like WWE, don't watch it. If you don't like AEW, don't watch it. Whatever you like, enjoy. Stop bitching. You know what I mean? Like, no one is perfect. Stop being armchair GMs of the year. just enjoy the fucking product, man. Like
that's our job. We're the GM. We're the chair GMs of the year right here. Right here. I'm 5,000-0, and we're already in June. And that's a fact.
You know what though? But the thing is, like I tell a lot of people, they go, "Man, you guys have a lot of fun doing this." Of course we do. This is why we do this. We have a lot of fun. We sit there, we talk our shit, we have our fun. Do we agree with everything? No, but we have fun. We don't get all emotional. I'm not gonna sit here argue with you like Stephen A. Smith for fucking views. Like the fuck out of here.
We don't agree with half of the shit we say to each other. So okay, whatever. Okay, that's your opinion. I got my own opinion. Whatever.
Yeah.
You like War Piece? I like Gorilla. Okay, and
hold up. Don't throw them under the bus because I fucking vote for them.
Hey, whatever. You're a disgrace, bro.
You know what? We're gonna have King Fatboy Papo Esco back on. We're gonna talk some Boricua culture. We're gonna talk some shit. The three of us. It's gonna be the first time that we're actually doing a podcast with no interview. It's just three homies talking about the culture, talking about experience. Something that I think that y'all will really get into. I'm gonna try to be really, really side because I don't want to say too much crazy shit because I'm not indicting myself. But listen, it's one of those things that if
I might indict myself, but I'm gonna lie. I'll be like R. Kelly. That's not me on the video.
But listen, like we do this shit to have fun. We're gonna have a professional wrestler who's absolutely killing it, talking about life experiences, all this shit where it's gonna be fun to actually not have to sit here and talk wrestling. You know what I mean? We're actually gonna sit here and you get a real side of Chef, Jorge, King Fatboy Papo Esco, where we don't sit here and try to make you laugh. Unfortunately, you're gonna hear shit that it's gonna be tough to listen to because it's gonna be very real. But the whole thing is to try to educate somebody going forward where they go, damn, maybe there is a different outlook. Maybe there is a different lane, blah, blah, blah. So before we get too crazy with this, my brother, I think we hit every single thing we wanted to hit.
I got one more thing. This past Wednesday on AEW, the United Empire came in with Will Ospreay. And he put the key out of his back and he went like this with the key to make the key thing. And then he went like this. And out of the back comes one of my most underrated tag teams in the last 5 years of wrestling. We know there's the Lucha Brothers, the Hardy Boys, the Young Bucks,
LAX.
the LAX Usos, killing it in different companies, doing this, doing that. But my excitement when I saw two of the guys who had the ring, and I literally just was I was murking out of my own seat, was Aussie Open. Okay, one of the most underrated tag teams in the last 5 years. And people are gonna say, "Who the hell is Aussie Open?" People don't know about it because you don't watch stuff outside the United States. If you watch Australian wrestling, if you watch New Japan wrestling, you'll know who Aussie Open is. And these guys are young, they're fast, they're agile, and not because they look like everybody else, they just know how to be in the ring together. It's like a nice knit tag team. They're not big, they ain't small, they ain't skinny, they ain't fat. They're just two guys that just know each other, and when they wrestle, it's just fluidly in motion. And they're gonna be wrestling tonight on Rampage, and there's no NBA games, so it's not gonna be preempted or nothing like that. So this is gonna be one of the rare times that I'll be watching AEW tonight, just because I want to see Aussie Open on a major stage. And this is where I get happy for stuff like this Forbidden Door shit, where you get underrated talent like those guys come in and maybe just for one show. They may be at the Forbidden Door show, next month or whenever that show is. But people will get a taste of wrestling what a tag team looks like from a different country that you normally don't get to see on a regular basis.
But I'll
So
say,
I have to put that out there. I'm excited for those guys. I can't wait for this match. I when I saw them and I saw they were wrestling tonight, I marked it on my calendar. I put a timer on my watch so I wouldn't forget.
I'll end it with this because you showed me a clip of them coming in and taking out FTR, right? And I was like, oh shit, this is the group that I know you were excited about. So I said, you know what? Let me watch AEW. Let me see what this is about. But when I watched that clip, because I don't know them, I don't watch a lot of wrestling. So when I watched that clip, I said that to you. I said, wow, these guys are moving around the ring real smooth. Like the way they move. Now, there's levels to this shit with wrestling. And the more you watch people, the more the thing called ring awareness is a serious thing. It's not just where the opponent is. It's knowing where the ref is, knowing where the opponent is, knowing where the crowds are getting more live. And they have that. They start generating. And I was like, oh shit. This wrestling game is a lot more than just 1, 2, 3 pin shit. Ring awareness is something that a lot of people don't have, even at top levels. When those guys have it, it's special. Those guys had it. I was seriously impressed, and I was like, I'm gonna have to watch more of these guys, not because he likes them, but because they're young and they already have an it factor to them.
Yes.
So I'm excited about that. But my brother, I think we hit everything.
Now we did. Now we did.
Listen, but
I'm content because now we did. So
all right, we talked to Ozzy Open, we talked our Brittany Blakes, we talked our featherweights, we talked Killing Microman, everything else. My brother, please hit that button because we're out of here.